All right, welcome, y'all. It's the office hours gathering for the Simplest Marketing Plan. It's May 2023, and I'm thrilled to see y'all here. Our focus today is in-person strategic networking. We have defined strategic networking as knowing who your people are, and then making business friends, right? If you think about it, if you reframe the way you think about who these people are, they're your business friends and people you enjoy and want to work with. And it's rooted in your network. And I think, and this came up in my conversation, the live stream I did with Terry Trespicio a couple of weeks ago, this idea that networking people feel all yucky about, but the truth is your network is your most important business asset. And so if you don't do networking, then you're not cultivating your most important business asset. And she said, if you take care of your network will take care of you. And I definitely agree with that. So that's what we mean when we talk about strategic networking. So I want to share one other idea, because lately I've been noticing that there are two kinds of people. There are talkers and there are relators. And a talker is someone basically who is talking, doing essentially a monologue. And it may sound like a dialogue because they talk and then you talk, but it's not. And you can kind of feel it. I don't know about you, but I can feel it when someone is just talking at me, as opposed to talking to me or talking with me. And those are the relators. And there's something that happens in the moment if you let it, if you're open to it, if you're not trying to force a conversation, and you just see where it goes. And those are people with whom that is possible. And I actually find it kind of rare to have a conversation with a relator. So what I want to talk about now, the three difficult aspects of networking, as I've been told. One is getting into conversations. My recommendation in general is to let it be really random. Don't have an agenda. Yes, you can prepare. Yes, if you know who's going to be there and there are certain people you want to talk to, that's great. But it's sometimes better just to let it be very random and be open, right? Not up, but open. Number two, in terms of these kind of awkward moments, is contributing to a conversation or joining a conversation that is already in process. Part of what's really important, and I want you to practice this in the networking breakouts too, is making space for other people to join and practicing finding space, looking for those little windows and moments where you can also join. And the third is getting out of conversations. And this is something I know that people don't get into them because they don't know how they're going to get out of them, especially if you're with a talker, right? With a relator, it's fine because there are these openings, but with a talker, it is tricky and you have to have strategies. During the conversation, you need to be setting the foundation for your follow-up. You need to be remembering that you're going to follow up with this person. You're going to ask for their business card if they don't offer it to you. If they don't have one, you're going to beam them their QR code on LinkedIn or somehow connect. And then you're going to be thinking about, what am I going to say in my follow-up? And that can be part of how you get out of the conversation. So perhaps you think of a resource that you want to share and you say, you know what? I'm going to take your card and I'm going to follow up by sending you a link to that resource or that article or that thing that we just discussed. Or maybe you have an idea, or maybe in that moment, you don't know what your idea is going to be, but in your follow-up, you say, you know, I was thinking about that thing we talked about, and you remember because you wrote it down on the back of their card or you dictated it into your phone. And that's what you're going to use as your follow-up. So you're busy when you're networking, also setting the foundation for your follow-up so that when you get to your desk the next day or the next week, whenever you do it, sooner rather than later, your mind is not blank and you can't remember who that person is. Thanks, y'all. And we will see you next month.